Alright, hello viewers, this is DZ Maven. I am doing another quick review here. This is one of my older kits. This is the ZII Gundam. Just recently I know the ZZ2 from High Grade Build Fighters has just come out, but I figure it might be interesting to take a look at the older kit. Well, it's not really that old a kit, maybe just a few years, but I thought this was one of the most interesting looking Gundam kits, so I definitely had to pick this one up, even though it's just a high grade kit. But I think it looks really neat, and I'm going to pick up the Build Fighters version of the ZZ2 when I can, because I think that looks even better than this. But anyway, just want to give you a quick look at it here. Look at those feet. It says some of the most extreme feet on a Gundam you can find. These very pointy tips here, but I'm going to go over the articulation here real quick here. There's actually several things to go over here. The head, it's got decent, okay range of movement. It can't really turn its head. It kind of gets caught. Well, there we go. It can turn about that far, but it won't be able to look up or down too much. It's got look up, look down that way, and that's about it. Now as for the arms, go all the way up around. You can bend up this way. Full rotation right there. A little bit of wrist movement with the ball joint, and he can bend that far. So a little bit more than 90 degrees here. Working our way down. It's got only a little bit of waist movement. That's about it right there. I think this big part in the back, it kind of gets stuck on that. It doesn't really go forward. Waist armor. This part of the waist armor is actually attached to the upper part of the leg. It's not attached to a waist, but it can move up and out of the way if need be. Front skirts can flip up. Usually come together as one piece on high grade kits, but you can always split them. The leg, let's see, he can bend about that high up. Bend at the knee is going to be, it's actually got a pretty decent, it's a pretty decent bend at the knee there if you need to here. And the feet, well, there's some range of motion with the feet. It's not too bad. You can bend down like that, bend forward about that much there. Being as this is really more of a space use mobile suit, it's not very good at standing on the ground. I mean, it'll stand, but you won't be able to do many good poses with it, because the feet are very narrow. So yeah, I would very strongly suggest getting a action base for this thing, because it looks a lot better when it's up in the air. Yeah, I'll do it like that. So for accessories, obviously the first thing you can see is the Mega Beam Rifle that you get here with it. It looks really nice, but it doesn't really work in terms of posing and grip. I mean, it holds in fine with the trigger finger, but problem is the way it's designed is that you can't really. This is probably one of the worst designed weapons. You can't really pose with it very well. I mean, you can do that, or you can kind of lean it in a bit like that, and that's really about it. That's about all you can do with this weapon. You can't swing it back because it's too long. It gets butts up against that, and this tall sensor is always ramming up against the chest, so you can't do much else with that. And the fact that it's held under grip is I mean, it makes sense for a giant beam rifle like that, but it's the way it's held is like this. So you don't really have much range of motion with the wrist on this. So the other weapon you get is you actually get a pair of clay bazookas. They go on the back, and they can be held by the hands if need be. They just have handles. Flip out just like that. You have 2 of these. Exactly the same sort of clay bazookas you would find on the Rick Diaz or the Hyakushiki. The exact same thing, and they're kind of like almost like standard issue for the AUG. That one is falling out, but I'm just going to set it aside, and we're going to look at the rest of what we got here. You do get a standard ZII beam rifle with this, so if you don't want to use the Mega Launcher, you can use this instead, which is a little bit more manageable. You get 2 beam sabers with the blades. Interesting thing about this kit is there's actually no place to store the beam sabers on the actual kit itself, so I don't know where the beam sabers are stored on the Z2. It's kind of a mystery. I would assume maybe it's inside the skirt armor, maybe. That would be my guess. I've looked on the wikis about the Z2, and there's really no mentioning of where they keep the beam sabers on it, so that's just my guess. You do get the option to close up the Mega Rifle, Mega Launcher, however you want to call it. Get the hand off here. So this is in current open configuration. Now you got the part. This comes off. Actually, it should just slide right off. Try and remember how it came off. Hold on. It has been a little bit while since I have transformed this kit, so I don't... How does that come off? Oh, it should just come straight out. Why is it not coming out? Yeah, it's supposed to come straight out. Oh, there we go. Yep. It was just stuck in there for some reason. I was worried I was going to break something, but yeah, that just comes straight out. And this goes right there. So now it's in closed configuration now. You do get 2 open fist hands and 2 of the trigger hands. So you can have the gun in either hand, well, or you can have the clay bazookas in both hands, which is actually pretty nice. This here is a action-based connector. I believe this works for the Wave Rider mode. And you get this is the Wave Rider transformation part thingy, whatever you want to call it. I will go ahead and do the transformation here. Let me get this other bazooka off. There's also another beam rifle here on this end. Now it's a high grade kit. Not everything is pre-colored on here. Hand off. There are some areas you would have to do some detail painting on if you want to make it look a little better here, especially with these little thrusters on the legs here. Some of this is covered by stickers. Others you're going to have to paint in. These are stickers here. That's a sticker right there. These are stickers. Sticker. This thing on the yellow piece here is all a sticker. It probably would have been nicer if this had actually been a yellow part. Because it looks kind of... It doesn't look that good, really. Because it's like a folded up piece of paper. Yeah. And you got sticker here on the side skirt as well. I don't know if this... I think this is supposed to be gray back here, but I didn't paint it. So, anyway, that's what the underside looks like. Let me go ahead and do the transformation here. Let's see. Now this thing doesn't quite transform the same way as the Zeta Gundam did. It transforms more like the same way as the Maphis does. These come off. Everything's a little stiff on here. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to do with my hands extended out all the way. And this part comes off. So just the butt piece, side skirts, and what else? Arms come off. And the whole front of this torso comes off, just like that. And we need, you only need the bottom half of the legs. So if you bend the leg like that, this will come straight off like that. And I dropped it. There we go. Same thing on the other side. Try not to drop it this time. There you go. Alright. Alright, so this is the leftover part of the Z2 Gundam you don't really need for a transformation here. That's the top part. And then it's just a matter of putting the rest of the pieces on here. So, butt piece goes right there. The front of the torso is going to go there. And I would imagine for the ZZ2 it's going to be much the same way. Let's see, for the legs you want to make sure it's folded up like that. That folds in, that straightens out. And it's going to attach to the peg right here. Just like that. And same thing for the other side. Okay, so this big piece here, this goes right on top, right there. The side thrusters, they go right here. And the skirt armor pieces, they go on the bottom right here. So that's basically the Z2 Gundam in Wave Rider mode, just like that. Now you can put the weapons on. The clay bazookas will go in like that. And the mega launcher is there. Yeah, it goes in this way. It goes into a little slot on the bottom. Find it. Alright, just like that. And there is the Z2 Gundam in Wave Rider mode. It kind of looks incomplete without the mega launcher, so I guess that's probably always going to have to be with it. So, yeah. But anyway, that is the Z2 Gundam. It's a pretty nice kit. I actually kind of like it, even though you can't really do a whole lot with it because of the giant rifle and everything, but it still looks pretty cool. I especially like this kit. But yeah, pretty neat. So I'll try to do a full review on my website here soon, and I'll post a link to that in the description below. Give me a like if you like it, like it or don't like it. And feel free to comment. Alright, and take care, and see you on the next review. Bye-bye. Oh, and one more thing. Yes, I did almost forget about the arms. Well, I did forget about them during transformation, but I saw I still had them laying on the table here. I was like, oh, those are supposed to go in there. I almost forgot about that, but yeah, the arms go right there. Then you put the side skirts and the Mega Launcher on, so, yes. I didn't forget. Well, I did forget, but I caught it afterwards, so, yeah. Alright, bye.